The Blockbuster oil really helps with removing blockages on your road. So if you guys are feeling like it's too much on the road or there's too many blocks, like it's abnormal, this Blockbuster oil will get that job done. So I just made this. Ooh, I like how it's shaking up. It got some black walnut in there, so it's definitely finna. Ooh, I spit. That's disgusting, but it just everywhere. I'll make sure that all that shit gets off that road. So it gets into this 2-ounce bottle. There's always going to be a bay leaf in there. And it also has some good orange peel. We got our uncrossing oil. This uncrossing oil is going to break all jinxes, curses, hexes, spell work, any of the such. It's gonna knock all that out. So you'll do an uncrossing first, the Blockbuster to remove blocks off the road, and then you'll do a road opener. You can do this 3 steps with your money, with your love life, legal stuff, anything. I lost my job and just got cussy on my knees trying to keep everything together. He said, where the bag at? Where the bag at? Right. That's what I need to be making some money. I need some more jars. Y'all, I cannot get enough jars. Like, I got 20 jars yesterday. I still didn't even get enough. Then here's the ooh, it's getting a little, check this up. Here's my serendipity salts. A little bit of rain up in here, a little bit of rain magic, a little bit of serendipity. Get that luck moving, some serendipity events. Love that. So I've been making a good number of oils. So I've been making I lost my job and just got cussed in my knees trying to keep everything together. I'm sorry to hear that, love. But I'm glad that you got cussy over your niece, though. Y'all better go get some bank dirt. Get some bank dirt. This is really just gravel that I found in front of a Navy Federal Bank. Go get some bank dirt for that money. Okay? So, and do a ritual around this. You can crush it up, or if it's not, doesn't need to be crushed, you can do that. Bank dirt, put it in your wallet. Sprinkle some on $1 or some bills that you have. You can mix it with some cinnamon. You can make a bowl of like a rice bowl and put the bank dirt in there, which will be your money bowl. Put some like green what's it called, some like green food coloring or some green eyeshadow that you guys sprinkle that in there to make it green, to get that money flowing. There's a new moon and a full moon that's supposed to be bringing some money in towards like the end of July, early August. So if y'all need to start doing the uncrossing first. Do uncrossing first. And if y'all want to purchase these right now, you can. Do the uncrossing first, then Blockbuster. Uncross your money. Somebody messing with your money, somebody messing with your frequency, your flow. Do this. Something also came up. You could draw on a piece of paper the Venus symbol with your Venus symbol. So say for me, I'm a Venus in Gemini. So I would just put it on a little scratch piece of paper, Put this uncrossing oil on the 4 corners, uncross my money. Then I would take the blockbuster oil. You could put it on top of a candle. You could take a little tea light candle. A little tea light candle. This is already burnt out. I need to throw this away. Tea light candle. Put this on it and then put it on top of the little scratch paper so it can do its working. And then once that is done, once it's lit down, you'll take the open up the roads. And yeah, you'll take up the road, open up the roads. Good Lord. And you can do like a regular pillar candle. Take this. I don't have my money oil like right on me. Oh yes, I do. This is in a big ass jar right now. That's not it. Y'all, I got so much oils. Yeah. The fuck is this? Oh, this is memory. Okay. I don't know where my paradise garden is, but oh, here it is. Okay, this is my paradise garden. So then I would get, so if you're trying to, y'all, we talking about money real quick. You're welcome. Hey, Natasha. So after you, okay, let's go over again. So if you're trying to uncross your money or you're trying to bring more money in to your life, right? And stuff is just feeling really stuck. Like ain't nothing moving. Like nothing is fucking moving, right? What you're going to do is you need to do a 3-step process, okay? We have uncrossing, breaking hexes and curses oil. Then you're going to piggyback with the blockbuster oil, okay? The blockbuster is going to remove the road, move shit the fuck out the way. Like, get the fuck out the way. There's also some black peppercorn in here. So them little veils that you can't see, that's just on the road, that's just stuck. That peppercorn, black peppercorn, that orange peel, the black walnut for sure is gonna kick that shit the fuck off the road. It's gonna pierce through those little veils that we can't see. And y'all, there's a lot of them. Too many of them, okay? Little contracts, little cillions that you made with just regular people, energy, all that stuff that you really can't see, that blockbuster. Then, so how you're gonna use these is, say you get a little piece of paper, okay? Say this is your paper or whatever, it's a card. You're gonna put your Venus, you're gonna write Venus, or you're going to do the Venus symbol. You're going to write Venus, okay? A little circle with a cross at the tail, okay? You're going to connect it, and you're going to put your zodiac sign symbol as well. So mine is Venus in Gemini. Say you got a Venus in Aries, you're going to do the Venus symbol with the Aries symbol. Say it's Venus in Taurus, you're going to do the Venus symbol with the Taurus symbol. Boom. Venus in Taurus and Venus in Libra, this should work very well with you because y'all are the sign of money. Okay, Venus is your money. You're going to put the little, write that on your paper. You're going to take the uncrossing. You're going to put it on 4 corners. And you're going to say, I'm uncrossing any hexes or any, anything that's on my money. Let it be removed completely. Anything that I can't see with my own physical third eye too. With my 2 eyes and my 3rd eye. Please remove that bitch. Okay. Then you're going to get a little tea light candle. You're going to put the blockbuster oil on top in the tea light candle. You're going to put it on top of there. Say, remove the fucking road. Remove any blocks on the road. You're gonna light that up, right? Just let that set, let it burn down. Then after that, once it's done, you're gonna cleanse this, right? How you gonna cleanse it? You're gonna take a little sage. Say, this is my little sage. I know this is a hydrenia. I'm gonna call it the fucking root at this point, but stem. You can sage it, or you could do the Florida water. You can put this in a little spray bottle, cleanse it, boom. Then after that, you're gonna after you cleanse it, you're going to kind of pray over it a little bit, say what you want to do. You're gonna etch in money, my money, where the money the fuck resides. Make it rain. Come to me money. Whatever you want to put on the candle. Boom. You want to get, now I don't have my Paradise Garden oil in my regular bottles, but this is the last little batch I got. Baby, as you can see, I don't even have my own shit. I need to make some more. Yeah, we definitely gonna make some more. So then you drizzle that shit up on here. The Paradise Garden. This is one of my highest manifesting oils, but there's gonna be another one. There's gonna be another one. Drizzle that baby on there. Put the open the roads on there. You're gonna stick it in like a fireproof dish. Boom. You can put a little money herbs like basil or something. Basil is good. Dill is good, and some allspice. Everybody should got allspice. Okay, you can get most of these ingredients at the house, y'all. Boom, light it up. Boom, let it light. By a week's time, money should be here. Now, this is another thing I want to talk about. Okay, Venus transits a sign for about 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so say that you have Venus in Taurus. So y'all need to understand the frequency of your money. You need to understand how your money comes to you, right? There's timing to your money. Saturn is exalted in Libra. So there is some type of timing that comes with money. So Venus likes to transit 4 to 6 weeks, right? So basically, we know that, okay, so if Venus takes 4 to 6 weeks, we know that each year, besides retrogrades, Venus is going to go into our sign, right? So if we know this, we need to be looking at the transits, what's coming up. So Venus has been in Taurus for a while, okay? Venus has been in Taurus for a while. So that's cool. That's, we on some go-lucky energy. So Venus in Taurus is like, the timing of Taurus is very slow. It likes to build things. So the way that your money comes is through stability. The way that your money comes is through you needing to build stacks over time. Taurus is like a building sign. It's very slow. For me, if you got like a Venus and an air sign, so for me, Venus, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, money can come like this. Money could be, for me specifically, could be a little unpredictable. So I know that my money can be a little unpredictable, but not so much because I can still time it. Venus and Gemini could be very quick-witted, the way I'm going to have to communicate or something like that. Again, if you have Venus and Taurus, Taurus is an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you need to be working with the earth more, right? Or doing things for your Venus sign that caters towards the earth. Venus and Gemini cater towards utilizing more air quality, right? Working with more air quality. To cleanse. I'm just going to go ahead and cleanse these candles. I think I already cleansed these, but I'm just going to cleanse them again. What else? That's pretty much it. And dang, people don't like to hear about their money. But what did I say? Millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. So that's what we trying to be. We trying to be billionaires. So I don't know about y'all. Venus in a fire sign. So Venus, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Y'all gotta do like inspirato work. Like it gotta be some inspiration. It gotta be some fire, some candles going and stuff for your money. So give offerings. You could have a money altar for yourself for just your Venus. Now Venus is for beauty as well, so I would do a lot of more glamour magic because that's where the money is residing. Okay, the money is residing in the glamour magic. So yeah, I would be doing that. Venus in a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, working with more water elements. The timing of Venus in water, so say like you trying to get like a big stack of money in a way. We would really kind of look at your 11th house. Okay, now your 11th house might be a different sign or like a different is it modality? Yeah, different modality or different element, my bad. So it could be like a different element. So you'll have to learn how to couple that. I'm just channeling y'all. I'm just getting started with my day. So I'm trying to get out the little whatever's that clog of block is. What else? Okay, so I just cleanse these. So let's go back to this timing. So water typically takes, so water is months, and then earth is yearly. But if you want to break it down to months, you can. Fire are days, and then fire are days, and then let's say y'all, I'm sorry, I'm thinking a lot. Hold on, babies, hold on. And then goodness, air are weeks. So earth is a year, water are months, fire are days, air is weeks. Okay. Boom. You can also correlate to how the rulership of your Venus. So say Venus in Taurus. Venus is naturally ruled by Taurus. Venus transits the signs every 4 to 6 weeks. So you can see 4 to 6 weeks. You could be doing money candles in those 4 to 6 weeks increments, seeing how those work. For the moon, so say Venus is in Cancer. Now the moon moves fast. It moves every 2 days, 2.5 days. So I would be doing kind of quick little money spells constantly, even though water can represent months. I'm gonna figure out how to make a little formula to get that money in, how money comes. Then if we pull it into your 11th house, the 11th house is your wishes, your gains. It's like the big pot of gold. So for me, Venus, the big pot of gold for me is Taurus, right? I legitimately had to wait for $15,000 to come to me within a year. So, we had a Venus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So I would be running some money spells right now. If you have a Venus in Taurus, I'll be running up the money spells because that can create unexpected blessings. Utilizing the transits as well. So like looking where Venus is at. So say Venus, we're going to look at the nice trines, conjunctions, and sextiles. So say like Venus is in a good aspect to a planet. So say Venus will So say like Venus, like right now, Venus is making a conjunction with Uranus. Uranus can be volatile, but Uranus can bring surprises, right? It's in Taurus, so it can make. I would run a little money spell on this, like a really grand money spell on this. And I would, you might see something within a year. It might shock you because Uranus is shocks. Say like Venus is in a conjunction with Jupiter, which is going to come later in the summer months, right? When Venus finally goes into Cancer. When Venus goes into Cancer, be checking those transits because it's going to make an aspect to Jupiter in Cancer. When Venus is touching Jupiter, that brings a lot of money. Say when Venus makes a connection to Pluto, which it has been, I'll be definitely looking at Venus and Pluto. Pluto is a god of wealth. If it's doing a nice trine to Pluto, I don't know when that transit's happening again, or a sextile. Now it might be doing a square, so we're not doing squares or oppositions because I don't really work with those, but you can still make some money through squares. You can still make money through all of those. It's just going to be more challenges. And if you know how to bulldoze through those challenges, you can definitely make a lot of money because squares can... I'm sorry. You got to learn how to work with the aspects because even though it can create a challenge, it can still create an explosion. So like say something is very like a tight square, that can make an explosion, can cause tension. So there could be like a boiling up. That's how you work with the alchemy, working how to work with those boiling moments, allowing something to boil over to a certain extent, and then allowing how to extract the goodness out of the tension. Like you got to learn how to do that. That's sometimes hard. I used to be able to do that really easily until I kind of got off, until I just allowed people to get off my path, or I just got off my path. Because those tension moments were easy for me to navigate. What else? Say Venus is coming next to the sun. This could be like lucky girl energy. Venus and Uranus and Jupiter are lucky, but Venus, okay, so Venus and the sun, I would say not so lucky, but more spoil me energy. Say there's a Venus to Saturn, nice trine. There could be money that comes in over time, but you got to learn how to work with that too. You got to learn how to really work with that, honey. This could bring old money or money that used to be old or something like that. Venus and Neptune. Now, we might not see that Venus and Neptune energy for a minute, but that was like earlier this year. Neptune likes to... The higher octave of Neptune is very high manifestation. Don't get it twisted. Venus is a very high, Neptune is a very high manifesting planet. It can manifest like crazy. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Okay. What else? What else? What else? There's so many formulas that I could create just using astrology to help you guys with the money. Cause I know that it's a lot. Cause there's more ideas coming to me. Like the second house, comparing your second house to your comparing your second house to like your Venus placement. How does that correlate? Waiting for transits to get into your second house, 6th house, 11th house, 5th house, where the money resides, where money can come. Knowing where, so say like Venus is in Taurus, right? You have your Venus in Taurus. You'll look at the transiting moon. And I gotta start kind of paying attention to those opposites, like when money comes into. But for sure, like, by the way that the moon travels each sign 2 days within each month, you know that with your Venus in Taurus, Venus in Gemini, Venus in Aries, Venus in Aquarius, the moon is going to go into that sign. So it's going to cross over your Venus, right? So that's where the money comes. So again, if your Venus is in Taurus, if the moon, the transiting moon, like right now, the moon should be in Scorpio, Sag. I think it's still in Scorpio. So then that would be, the moon has already crossed over Taurus back in June, but it will cross over Taurus. Oh my gosh, it will cross over your Venus and Taurus when it gets back into Taurus, okay? Good goggly. Shit. And so you know when that money comes in. So what I'm trying to do is trying to like find a way to get the most money in our pockets that very day, in those 2 days, when the moon exactly conjuncts your Venus. And this happens every month. So say you got like a monthly bill, right? How could we get that amount, or monthly bills? How can we get that much amount coming towards us before that day or on that day? So I'm trying to figure out a better way to unlock Venus a little bit more. I'm hearing don't sleep on Venus and Mercury alignments. Mercury rules commerce. So understanding the world of money, or understanding how Venus in contact with other planets, what type of money comes out of that. Also, when Venus, the transiting Venus, creates a contact with the house ruler of your second house or 11th house, how can we pull that money in? What are the likelihoods of it making an aspect to your second and 11th house, even 5th house? 5th house can bring lottery wins and like, yeah, some unexpected blessings. How does that work? Working with, let's see how Venus makes a contact to your Jupiter, or transiting Jupiter makes a contact with your Venus, right? Oh my God. Goodness fucking gosh. I'm so sorry, y'all. Ooh, child. Oh my God. That hurt. Oh my God. Ooh, child. Okay. So, you have, excuse me. Okay, so this is not a Venus platter, but it could be, right? So what you're gonna do, say you don't really have much space for a Venus altar, and which you should, because baby, we need some money. You have a platter, so you can get this type of, I got this one, this little silver fireproof platter from an Indian store, but you can find any one, right? Or you could go get those foil platters that you prepare, or oh Lord, cook food in. You could do that. You can get that. And just always make sure you have something, but get a fireproof plate. Get some birthday candles. Birthday candles can be used for wishes. How do you get your candles to stick onto something? All you need to do is just get a lighter. I'm not going to pull this out, but get a lighter and burn the end, the bottom, and then you can stick it anywhere. That's how you can get it. How do you get your, because this got like little sprinkles on it. How do you get those to stick? You're going to find like an anointing oil, an oil like this, and you'll dress that. After you cleanse it, you'll dress it. And then you can put all your herbs or sprinkles, whatever you want, glitter on there. Where can you find your herbs? You can find all your herbs at a local botanica, but the best place that I've been finding some herbs when my botanica is closed or I can't get to it in time, go to an Indian store or an Asian market. Indian and Asian markets. Baby, when I tell you, baby, they had exactly what I needed at the store yesterday. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, we doing it like this. That's what I needed. I needed that. I found exactly what I needed. I was very surprised. So those are where you can get your herbs at. Now, I should have had like a list of herbs, but I didn't really know that. I was really coming on here to do some readings, but we can go ahead and talk about the money. So we're going to get into the herbs, But let's get into some crystals real quick. If you ain't got no crystals, but you only got clear quartz, right? Clear quartz, you can channel a clear quartz crystal to any type of crystal that you want and you can give any properties to the clear quartz crystal or do what it need to do. It's a great amplifier for other crystals. It cleanses other crystals. It's the only crystal that can cleanse other crystals. Get you some green aventurine. Baby, your heart is the magnet, so you need to open up that heart chakra. So if your heart is blocked, baby, you can get that green aventurine, or you can get malachite. Malachite can definitely get that work done. Or you can get some serpentine, period. Baby, money talks in confidence. Money likes confidence, okay? You can get you some red jasper. What did I just say? Money talks in confidence. You can get some pyrite, fool's gold, works wonders, baby. Get you some goldstone, works the fuck wonders. Get you some goldstone. Get you some goldstone. Okay, I don't have all the crystals here. Let's talk about herbs. No, not all green herbs can make you that money. Let's start here. You can work with this money tree. You can work with a money tree. You can get a money tree. There's a money tree that I saw at Walgreens. I mean at CVS. Bay leaf to help with your manifestations. Bay leaves help with manifestation and aiding your manifestations. Now, there's a lot of herbs that can bring some money, honey. Okay? Some herbs that sit in the cabinet. The herbs sit in the cabinet. Now, there was this one girl. She said this herb she does not leave without out of her money oils, money herbs stuff. She used allspice. Now, I haven't used allspice. Okay, this oil right here, the Paradise Garden oil, does not have allspice in it, but it still brought somebody 100K, 20K. And they said it was still working even after they got that money. It don't got no allspice in here. So, I'm ready to see what the fuck, why. Okay, look. Make sure you got some basil. Basil, patchouli. I think that's what it's doing. It's the patchouli in here that's giving it an extra fucking punch. Okay? It's the patchouli. That's what I was channeling. So, like, patchouli, basil, allspice. So, I'm interested in utilizing allspice because they said it was making money come quicker. I ain't got no allspice in here. So, I don't know. Dill. Don't sit on no dill. Don't sit on dill. Do not sit on dill. Ladies, if you can't get to any other store, the Asian and Indian markets got all the herbs that you really need. You just gonna have to look through and you're gonna have to make sure that you can read. Because sometimes they'll put in English. Now, it might be a little bit, their language, but there will be. Also, get some rainwater. That's another thing. So, like, rainwater on days when it's in a money sign. What are the money signs? Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But especially when it's raining on a Taurus moon day. Taurus moon days. Get that. Okay. Moving forward. Baby, I got a lot of herbs here. I really do. But I'm finna give you the trick of why This Paradise Garden, this one right here, making some pack of a punch. It's making that money, okay? But I don't like doing regular money spells. Like, the fuck we doing here? Baby, let's make some real money here. Is it cheaper? What you mean, is it cheaper? The Asian markets and the Indian markets definitely got some good stuff. Now, depending upon, for me personally, I'm just gonna let y'all know, I had to get me some mistletoe. We're gonna talk about some love herbs soon. I had to get some mistletoe. My the Labyrinth, the place that I get all my herbs from here, didn't have mistletoe for a good couple weeks. And I'm like, girl, I need some mistletoe. I went to the store yesterday. Went to the Korean store yesterday. Boom! Had mistletoe. Also, you can also go to your local, we have like local Mexican shops too, local Latina markets and stuff. They'll have a couple herbs in there too. But the Asian markets definitely gonna have something that you need. I've been looking for this for a long time, and now I got it. This is gonna help for reconciliation with your partners and stuff. So get there, or just let me know if you need some, because that's where I have it. Now, let me tell you, are the Asian, that can be cheaper, but some of those herbs can be a little expensive, especially if those are not the regular herbs that you've been looking for. Now, let me tell you something. Oh, you can get a bamboo tree to couple with the money tree, or you can get either one. Well, I will say, okay, so you're trying to get prosperity. Okay, cool. You know, prosperity is cool and all. Yeah, we can get some prosperity. But, baby, we need the riches. So, I try to break up the money scale of how much we getting, okay? To me, you might be looking for the monthly income. So this is why our intentions are very important. You might be looking for monthly income. Okay, monthly income, if you're just trying to channel monthly income, it's just going to give you just enough. Monthly income is basically, I got to pay my bills. Because that's how your mind works. I just need enough. But if you're trying to have not just monthly income, because we all need monthly income. Say in that monthly income, you're like, okay, I want to go beyond than just trying to make it pay my bills. I need a monthly income that can pay my bills, but also support a life of luxury. Like, I need a monthly allowance. Okay, what is the monthly allowance? You got to make sure you understand what type of words you're using and what your mind remembers, or what your mind subconsciously is defaulted on when it comes to money. So maybe a monthly allowance is not something that you're really looking for. That monthly allowance might just be $50 because your mind is still stuck on how your mom would give you an allowance and this was $50. No. This is where we have to do some deprogramming. For me, I channel this oil for generational wealth. So in, luxury and trips and free shit, different stuff like that. So you got to figure out what you're really looking for. What type of money are you looking for? What is the status that you want to feel when you have money? So for me personally, this is generational wealth. I was looking for generational wealth. So I'm seeing that certain things of what I'm doing is keeping, at certain moments, the money is coming in when I need it. So maybe you're not trying to be on a need frequency. Maybe you need to shift your frequency to, I gotta have it all frequency. So you gotta figure out the frequency, okay? But What I will say, if you're really trying to get that big bag, baby, you got to stop playing small. And this book right here is called the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Baby, I use this for everything, okay? But I still do my own research because, baby, it don't have everything. So for like money and riches, allspice. Will you have twins? Give me 1 second, love. Give me a second. I'll answer that question in a minute. Like allspice, almonds, basil, bergamot, blackberry, bladderwrack, blue flag, barley, buckwheat, calamus, cashew, cedar, chamomile, cinnamon, cinnaclove, clove, clover, comfrey, cowslip, dill, dock, elder, fenugreek, fern. We got some fern in the front. So again, this is for your money, like direct money, riches, treasures, wealth to obtain. So you see that I'm under this list instead of just the prosperity to obtain list. Because prosperity don't mean just money, baby. I mean, prosperity, it has prosper in it, right? It has prosper. You got to look at the words. This is why words is so important. So this is where you need to be sitting in your 6th house, in 3rd house, understanding what words do I need to say to get what the fuck I want. How does my mind work? So Cancer rising's 3rd house is more detailed oriented with their mind. It's Virgo. So then my 6th house is in Sagittarius. So it kind of like is a little weird because it's like Virgo's more about details. Sagittarius is more about the bigger picture. So you got to learn how to balance those elements. Also, get some deal. There's deal in every shit is at the store. Even if you just wanted to do a 1-item candle working or put it in a mojo bag or just keep it in your wallet, go get some deal. Deal don't cost that much. It's like $3. Half of the money that you're looking for are in the regular herbs at the store. Say you want to do do a little bit more elaborate. You really trying to pack a fucking punch, honey. Get some dill, get some basil, definitely get some allspice, and I will put like one more in there, and maybe get some marjoram or let's say oranges, or because I like to place them correctly. Or if say that you just want to do something a little bit more elaborate, you don't want to do the mojo bag thing, maybe get a pomegranate. Okay, this has a little oil because I had oil on here, so don't worry about this. Get you a pomegranate. I'm finna cut this up soon because I need some pomegranate seeds. Okay, for riches. The pomegranate is on the Empress's card. So I'm going to cut this up. Even if it's not the freshest in here, I'm going to kind of drain them. And I'm definitely going to take the peel and I'm going to dry it. And then we're going to have some pomegranate. And I'm going to put those in the oils. And baby. Also study the frequency and the energy. Pomegranate is not giving me, oh, I'm just a fairy girl. Pomegranate is giving very, it's giving rich baddie. It's giving more luxury. So you got to learn how to understand the frequency of your fruits, your herbs, and how to incorporate, how to put them together because each one has a different frequency. This is not the same frequency as a lemon. It's not the same frequency as an orange, okay? Certain fruits give a different punch. Different fruits give a different feel, a different girl error. Gotta know what the fuck you're talking about, right? Mint. Yeah, you can get some mint, girl. Get some mint, some poppy, or you could like pop open like a pineapple, right? Get a pineapple, sprinkle some basil, sprinkle all your say you want to sprinkle all your money herbs that give riches. You have your candle, you can pop that candle. Say this is your okay, let's use pineapple or pomegranate. Take the candle, you sprinkle all your good stuff, you cleanse it, put that candle right up in there. I would do like a money candle, a green candle, but you can charge each of your white candles to a different color, okay? Put that up in there, and then poof, that money coming. I am going to start working with fruit more. That's why I went to the store to get some dried fruit, because fruit is juicy. We need that juice running over. This is coming straight from like the trees. This fruit to me is wealth. Okay? So if you do more like fruit offerings, baby, when I tell you the money gonna always be there. The fruit is always, like, the money always going to be there. This is why I put a fruit scent in the Paradise Garden. I put a fruit scent in the Paradise Garden. Now, I did get some dried fruit. Yes. Yes. So, I got some mango, some dried fruit. So if y'all start seeing some dried fruit up in your oils, please, you're going to be like, wait, hold on, bitch. Hold on, what's she doing? I cannot wait to use pineapples. Okay. Now, say you want to make an ocean oil. Now, I wouldn't be doing all these oils to put it on my body. I would do it more for candle work, put it in the water, my bath water, do stuff like that. That's how I would kind of do it. But say you want to make an ocean oil. Say you want to work with ocean. You can have some dried oranges. Baby, I'm trying to tell y'all how to get this money flowing. All this shit is really at the stove. It's at the stove. Okay? It's at the store, honey. Even catnip. It's at the store. You can go to, if you want to get some catnip, if you want to work on your beauty and stuff, because we put it in some your money stuff. Because your beauty might be the reason why you're getting that money. Duh, because it's Venus. It's your beauty that makes the money. It's your confidence that makes the money. You got to understand the frequencies of Venus. Understand the frequency of your herbs. Understand the frequency of, because my second house is in Leo. I got to be confident, honey. I can't be coming out here like, oh, no, honey. Confidence. 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 Okay? Especially for me. I don't have any videos on glamour magic, baby. I gotta work on my glamour right now. Baby, when I tell you I was in my glamour. Baby. Okay, let me answer this question real quick. Will I have twins? I'm saying boys. Then I'm seeing a girl. This girl might be young. The girl might be the youngest. Do you already have children? You don't have children. Okay, I'm seeing a girl. I'm definitely seeing you having a daughter. The boys might be twins. I'm going to say no. And I was going to say no too anyways, because I see they might just be close in age. They might be fire signs as well. One might be earth, one might be fire. So I don't see twins, but they might be very close in age. Like me and my sister, we're 16 months apart. So that's what I'm seeing. And we don't look exactly alike, but we look like twins. Okay, so let's get back into this. So what was I saying? So understand the frequencies of your Venus. So guys, all of these money herbs, holy basil. You can get basil at the store. You can get the dried fruit at the store. You can get pineapples, pomegranates. There's a whole bunch of, if you just want to do fruit offerings, do it. Get on it. I did see give bananas on Thursdays. Thursdays are about opening up the roads, giving some bananas. Right. Like, baby, you don't have to be sitting here and be like, oh, I can't make no money. No, baby, you can actually go get them. It's at the stove. You might not get every single herb that you're looking for, like but get some allspice, get some basil, get some dill. Definitely get some rosemary. Baby, you can get some coriander, which is cilantro. I saw that you can do that. Baby, look at all the herbs. Let's see what else do we have. Some riches for the treasures and riches. We're not doing prosperity, baby. I'm looking for the treasure. Give me the big money. You can go get an orange, honey. Honeysuckle, jasmine is good. Onions. Peas. Ooh, gotta work with some peas. I'm definitely gonna work with some peas. Because peas, I don't know what it is, but our ancestors like peas. So I'm definitely going to get some peas. So say you cook some peas, okay, for your ancestors, and you put it on the altar, or if you don't have an altar and you're in travel, you can go put it outside. Put it under a tree for the best, for best workings. Rice, honey, sesame seeds. Sesame's going. I was channeling sesame because I was making a new oil, and I like to put certain herbs together for different effects. I channeled sesame, and I was like, oh shit. It, like, my hand was just caught on fire. Like, it was just, like, it was hot. Now, there was something excited that I got about. Oh, do I have glamour magic videos? No, I don't. Not at this moment. Now, back in the day, back in 2019, and I gotta tell y'all about my channeling this morning. Back in 2019, I was doing a lot more glamour. I'm surprised because, baby, back in 2021, 2022, I was getting a little dusty. But since I met my boo thing, I started getting prettier. And then once, we're still waiting on him. But then I started working with more of my herbs in the last couple weeks. I've been seeing some differences. Anywho, baby, when you in your glamour magic, I was in my glamour magic. I was always in a mirror. Baby. When you go back to my Instagram, baby, there was some, yeah. I was definitely in my glamour magic. When you're in your glamour magic back to back to back, like I was, because I was a beauty girl, football players. I was manifesting football players, honey. I'm still have a little bit of a contact with one of them. Okay. Not football players from some just regular, no, baby. The Dallas Cowboys. The ancestor said she's not lying either. I don't have to fucking lie. What do we need to lie about? When I tell you this man, one of them pulled up in like this big ass, cause he liked, this black, it was really nice inside. Like this black, what's it called? It was like a van, but it was like a traveling one, like a really nice one where you can sit, lay down, all that in the back. Baby, when I tell you he had definitely was going to spoil the fuck out of me, I didn't want to keep up with him because he was a mama boy and he was a little bit more emotional to me. I didn't really like that. And then I wasn't fully attracted to him. But baby, when I tell you, baby, I was doing the glamour magic. I didn't even know I was doing the glamour magic, but I was doing the glamour magic. I didn't even have all these oils. I thought my oils were not the good, but I was doing it. I was always in the mirror. I don't have the picture of him, and he's not that cute anyways, but baby, when I tell you. And then he said, oh, I'm gonna make you meet what's his name, Jerry Jones. I'm like, baby, I don't want to meet Jerry. See, that's anyhow. But the other one, he definitely got money. What's his name? His name is Martez. He played on the Dallas Cowboys, but also he was a Saints fan as well. He played on the Saints. Let me find a good picture of him. Oh, this is his older account. Well, baby, I'm not even lying. I'm not lying. Yep, right here. Dallas Cowboys, Wilson, Martez Wilson. I'm not fucking playing. Let me go get his name. Let me go get. He beautiful too. I don't like these photos, Martez. You know how sometimes black men don't know how to take pictures. I'm just like, why you can't take? He's a cutie pie. He got like this. He a Virgo. I don't like any of these. Okay, we'll just give him with the baby. Boy, why you come up on here like this? I miss you too, boo boo. Cause I know his little baby. That's not what I was looking for. Why you pop up like that? Cause you want me to come see her. I need to go see his other baby. That's him with his son. But yeah, dated him for a little bit. Not too long. He was trying to do polygamy, but I was like, baby, I'm not doing polygamy. Not with no white woman. Okay, you're gonna have to break up with that, and then we'll talk about it. Eventually he did, but he took me out for my birthday this one year. He paid for everything. When I tell you this man, like, bro. But I'm just like, I'm not really into him like that. And girl, he got a big y'all know what I'm saying. That motherfucking fucking huge bitch. I'm just like, what the fuck is this nigga? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit? I don't know what the fuck, baby. No, I'm gonna send you back to your white girl, because right now I don't know what the fuck to do with this shit. That shit too big. She got it. I can't do it. You're too big, baby. You tall and you big. You tall and you big. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Baby, this not my banana. This not my banana. This not my eggplant. I looked at that shit. I said, Martez, I can't do this right now. I'm not gonna be able to do it. We could be friends. You're a good friend. You're a good homeboy. You're a good person. But baby, I'm gonna have to opt out. I'm okay with opting out. I'm okay with opting out. Okay. Anywho. But there's this other friend that I had, but she wasn't, God bless her fucking soul. I don't know what the fuck wrong with her. But anyways, I met up with him last year because I took my friend out to like this event because it was her birthday and stuff. And then we met him, and then we ended up spending the night at his house or something like that. Yeah, we did. I think, yeah, we ended up spending the night at his house. And then we ended up linking back up with him, with my man and stuff. And then they got close and stuff like that. But he ended up giving her like these like really nice expensive ass shoes. So I already know boy got money and stuff. Like he was talking to me about he need to make $1 million and stuff like that. Or he was finna sign like a contract or something like that. When I tell you glamour magic will get you that. So if I was doing my glamour magic and I was young, 23, pulling men like that. That's why I need a mirror. And I only got this small mirror. This ain't gonna do for me. I like to be in the mirror, honey. I like to be in the mirror. Okay? That's why I'm practically on live. I be really looking at myself. Even though I know I can look at myself, it's just like I really just be looking at myself. Yeah, you got to get back in the vibe. It's hard sometimes because that's why I just been working with the herbs. That's why I went to go get the fruit. Now let's talk about this fruit. Baby, the fruit will make everything juicier. I'm finna be the fruit witch up in here. I don't like calling myself the witch. Fruit, strawberries, blueberries. Baby, the fruit. Get your fruit game up. So I had to go get some fruit. I'm excited to use the mangoes and the pineapples, especially the pineapples. But baby, the tangerines, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because, baby, they good. Especially the tangerine ones, okay? I love me some tangerines. I didn't want to try the apricot. It's a little too much for me. But I'm not trying the mango. I don't want mango like that right now. Not like that. I tried a little bit of the pineapple. It was alright. The tangerines was fire. Oh, and get you some bananas. Okay. Now, we're trying to manifest 10K. We already got oils and bath salts for that. That shit is easy. Okay. That shit is easy. I'm trying to match the vibe to getting some millions, okay? So, look up money herbs. Go to the fucking store and stop playing with me. Get the dried fruit. If you can't get all of them, I just spoiled myself yesterday because I needed it. Get you some dried fruit. Now, you can get some tea. Baby, when I tell you Spirit was really helping me, like, why are you helping me like this? Because you love me? I've been looking for something to seal things up, to make it sealable. Now, Poppy is here to confuse people, for people to stop, like, watching you or watching, like, just trying to confuse your enemy. So I had some Poppy. I'm glad that I got some Poppy. But then I needed something to seal up my work. When I tell you the Asian store just came through, because my regular botanical, I couldn't get to it. And I'm just like, honey, y'all be looking like y'all just empty as fuck. And I can't deal with it no more. We got some Solomon seal. This is going to seal up your work. Solomon seal is going to seal up your work. Let's talk about the herbs that's going to bunko this shit together. Huh. The fuck? We don't have time for this. I'm trying to seal some shit up, honey. So this is what I say. Y'all need to learn the different herbs that will speed your work up, like ginger, coffee, tobacco, chili flakes. Just you gotta don't just put the chili flakes in there. Each herb, you have to tell it what to do, or you're just putting herbs together. Don't do that. Tell what you want the herb to do, because the herb has different properties, honey. Especially them chili flakes, chili powder, cayenne pot. All that can really break somebody up, or it can speed something up, or it can send some energy back to somebody. Okay, get you some bamboo. I got enough bamboo here, honey. I got a whole bag. So I'm never going to run out. I really don't have to run out for a good couple years. I got 3 years worth of bamboo leaves. So bamboo is good for making wishes. If you want something to come true, bamboo. Gotta know your herbs, honey. Bamboo. Cloves can help with speeding things up. It can also can be worked in your domination and glamour spells. Licorice can do some binding, a little bit of binding. Calamus root can do binding. Angelica root, which is master root, can do some binding work. Girl, I've been learning a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much, I can go ham. We got bank dirt. I already talked about bank dirt. We already talked about slightly a money bowl. Cinnamon can help speed up your workings as well. What else was I looking up? So yeah, I hope that helps in your findings and how to bring some money towards you. It's a good couple little things that you can do. Definitely go to the crossroads. Go to crossroads or railroads to do some open up the roads workings for your money. Definitely give offerings. Like, if you want some big money to come your way, I'm gonna be honest, I'm an elaborate person. I like to elaborate. You don't have to do this, but I like to elaborate because my second house is in Leo, sitting in the first, sitting next to my Venus, which is the ruler of my ancestors, because my fourth house is Venus, Libra energy. So Venus is my ancestors in Gemini, kind of connected to, sitting kind of in a, not a tight conjunction, but it's sitting close. They want something elaborate, baby. They need to see. They need to see that shit. Okay? They do. And it sits next to a new moon. My Venus sits next to the new moon energy. It needs to see it. Okay? Even though new moon is dark, it's not necessarily the full moon. Baby, they need to see something. Something. So definitely if I give more offerings around a new moon, yeah. Your Venus is also the energy of your money, right? So mine's in Gemini, so my money likes to, it needs to be in a playful energy. I need to be playing, right? It's at 20 degrees. I need to be in my seductive working. When I was in my glamour magic, baby, when I tell you I was blessed, things were coming in, donations was flying. I had what I wanted. Okay? I went through some things because people was going to get jealous. But baby, when I tell you I had my things, I had what I wanted. There was fake friends, but there were some good friends around there too. But I had friends. I had men that wanted me. Yeah? Baby, I was popping. Okay? Get into your glamour magic, okay? Your glamour magic will spruce up your money. Big time. So say if your money, your normal Venus is next to like Jupiter, North Node, Pluto, good girl, good for fucking you. You need to be doing some glamour the fuck magic. Say your Venus is in Capricorn. You need to be working with some old time, I wouldn't say old Hollywood necessarily, but you could work in old Hollywood energy. Your Venus has an aesthetic, okay? Work with your Venus. It has an aesthetic. So mine is very playful, so my Venus is doing me wonders, okay? You gotta stay young. Okay, my Venus likes young shit, and my Venus might be to the younger crowd. So I have to kind of cater that too. Mine is immutable. So my Venus can pull different streams of income from everywhere. If your Venus is in a fixed sign like Taurus, you need something stable coming in. It needs to be stable income. Okay. Say your Venus is in Leo, you need to be showy. You need to be definitely in romance. Venus in Taurus needs to be in luxury. Venus in Aquarius, you need to be working with the community. I would definitely be giving offerings to the sky gods if you want to do that like that. But yeah. Any questions? Any questions about what we just talked about? Okay, my hydrangea leaves are dried. So now I can put these, put these in some workings. And baby, go to the trees. Like, the other day I found a cypress tree, okay? But I'll go up to any tree and take a picture of it and tell ChatGPT to explain to me what this tree is and what it did. Okay? I went up to a tree and found a cypress tree. When I tell you I got a little couple branches from the cypress tree, because cypress brings transformation. Yeah, I'm finna do that. Then there was this other tree in the same parking lot. I was like, what you do? What you do? The fuck you do? Okay? I just got me some leaves. That's it. This is cottonwood. A cottonwood tree. And the branches, when I tell you them branches were strong, I said, oh, so this brings a lot of strength and stability. I said, okay, yeah, I need that, because that's what baby girl said that she wants. So I just get the leaves, honey. I could really make a nice, cute little grid if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to make a grid out of these, because I could just go get some more if I just want to have them in my arsenal. Make a little grid. Here, I got my cypress here. Okay. I just let them sit. Now, if you want your foraging experience to quickenly dry, take them, put a little rubber band, something around it, and hang it up. Hang it up upside down. It'll make it dry. We'll get it dry. So we got some cypress here. And they definitely look a little bit different than the other little needles. So I think those are pine needles. This brings transformation, baby. When I tell you I'm going to do something with this, baby, don't tell me nothing, okay? You can do anything with whatever you got outside. Baby, if you need something, girl, go figure out what a palm tree is, honey. And what did it do? Go find little flowers. Take a pictures. Find what they do. And create something around that. That's probably what you're going to be needing at that time. But this is what I need. Okay? So that's how there's a lot of ways to get some money. Okay? There's a lot of ways to get some money. Baby, we ain't got to be broke out here. When I tell you that the rich, baby, we ain't got to be broke out here. When I tell you that the rich witch 24 million just doing off of running some money spells, baby, when I tell you, baby, you ain't gotta say nothing to me. You ain't gotta say nothing to me. Okay? This is what the fuck I'm finna be doing. Also, mint is good as well to do. Mint definitely packs a punch in your money spells. Okay, so work with different herbs, talk to them, ask them what they do, look them up, get acquainted with them, take them on a walk. I found some licorice root, that not the powder, but the licorice at the store. I'm definitely finna go back and go get those. I just wanted to have a little bit of money to get back into the house. So yeah, that's how y'all can do that. But y'all need to be running them money spells, okay? I'm really good at money spells. I don't know why. I really don't know why I'm so good at money spells. So, Spirit is saying here, I might go outside because it's raining and I'm probably just going to get some more rainwater. And then I need to get some moon water soon. Well, probably not at... Well, no. I think I am going to get that moon water. We'll see. Spirit is saying the reason why you ain't making wealth or you're not experiencing the type of wealth that you're looking for is because you feel guilty. You feel guilty for asking for all of that. You feel guilty for making that amount of money. You feel guilty for leaving people behind. You feel guilty for, moonlighting. You feel guilty for starting something new. Like, you feel like, if I can't, you feel guilty for like, if I start this dream career, start this dream job, or start doing what I want to do, following my dreams, that the people around me will get so upset with me that I didn't either include them or I didn't ask for their help or I have to leave them behind. Because when you start aligning to the frequency of money, Spirit already starts to show you who you have to leave behind, what you have to leave behind, what you have to do. And Spirit is saying, well, this is, baby, I'm sorry, this is time. You have to do what you have to do. Also, tea is good for drawing riches and wealth. So you can just go to get regular tea. I bought some black tea. So I can work with that as well. So you gotta stop feeling guilty, baby. You gotta stop feeling guilty about doing what you gotta do to get where you want to go. You have too many naysayers. Also, you need to definitely declutter. I was doing a little bit of decluttering yesterday. I still gotta kind of declutter all those different oils over there, but I need to just write them down and then restock. Definitely clear out the clutter, because you got to clear out the clutter because it's not it's causing some obstacles, babes. It's causing a lot of obstacles. Then you can get some successful funding. Now, there is some successful coming in. I did look at the moon cycles for the next moon cycles. I think there's some money, asteroids around those cycles. We just passed that new moon in Cancer, and it was conjunct that asteroid Gold. Love that. Now, I wanted to also see if, because there's an asteroid called Money, and you can look up this asteroid on astro-seek.com and then just click on asteroids, and then there's like a full fucking list of all the asteroids that are in your chart. But that's not all. There's 50,000 other asteroids and stuff. But it just gives you like a good distinct one. I need to check if the moon goes over that Money asteroid, will I get money? I need to know. I need to know that for a fact. I need to test that for a fact, because I need to know. I need to know. What else? Nah, babes, there's a lot of money coming towards your way. Y'all just, yeah, through a partnership. Or once you link back up with your partner, money is going to start flowing in. I'm also hearing, don't be afraid to go ahead and get started before your partner gets back or gets settled back in. Donations and tithing. Don't be afraid to ask for donations. Also give, which I'm hearing saying, give up your offerings. Give your offerings. This doesn't have to necessarily be to an organization, but if you start decluttering and then giving offerings or giving out the things that you no longer need and giving it to people that do, baby, when I tell you money's going to start flowing in, you got to understand the frequency of money. You got to understand the frequency of money. When you understand how money works, you'll be able to finally release resentment around money. And I ain't never pulled this card ever. I've had this deck for a long time. I've never pulled this card. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentment about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and the shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. There is some money transits coming up. It's not for all of you. So if we've already kind of been passing Venus and Taurus, so I hope, baby, you did something. Just do a little something. A little something, honey. Do a little something. Do a little something. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing like a conjure and root working class where we learn how to identify certain herbs, but we ain't got to do all that because we got our phones, and how to place them together. I don't know, honey. This look like it's finna be in a ritual. I don't even think I'm going to just like put them in a jar. I think these are gonna be a ritual. I might go get some more because I don't know. This is giving needs to be in a ritual. Put in some Solomon seal with some cloves and some allspice. I don't know what the fuck it's finna do, but it's gonna do something. And I think I'm gonna like it a lot. Understanding God is your source, and then understanding the source of money. We're gonna have to do some money workshops, I see. Yeah, we're gonna do some money workshops because Spirit is saying understanding and identifying the source of money. Understanding that your faith is the doorway to making more money. Talking about Venus and Neptune. Neptune is like very high places. Neptune creates millionaires. Pluto creates billionaires. Write that down. Neptune creates millionaires, like an insane amount of wealth. But Pluto creates billionaires. All right. And I'm trying to make like I have like a Neptune recipes, so I gotta see how that works. Definitely gotta see how that works. Gotta see how that works. Who calling my phone? Who calling my phone? So this is how y'all, I just be giving y'all all of my ideas, don't I? This is how you're going to find Venus transits that are favorable. You're going to go to astro-seek.com. You're going to go to astro-seek.com. You see that up there, okay? Then you're going to go to Astro Tools. You're going to click on Astro Calendar Annual. You get this. We're going to click on Transits and Aspects. Oops, no, not change. You can change your local time zone if you want to. Then it comes up with this, right? We're going to do, Transits and Aspects. I'm going to click on Venus, right? Now I'm going to do any major aspects. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to do any major aspects. Let's see. I think there was another way to do this. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me do monthly. Yeah, you can do monthly like this. This is July. I want to click on, ooh, where am I doing? Let's see. No, I don't think it works like that. Hold on. You know what? Let me click on Astro Tools and stuff. Never mind, y'all. Let me see if this works. Aspects and transit tables. Yeah, this one. I like this one better. And then you're going to click on Venus. And then we have all of July, and it has all these aspects. So now we just passed July 4th, Venus square Uranus, which was a good time. What day is it? It's 1/11. It's 1. What day is it? It's 1/11. It's 1/11. So we have Venus sextile Saturn, which can bring old money, or this could also bring stability and money. Or like with Uranus, this talks about innovation that's still happening right now, regardless if you feel like it's happening or not. But Venus sextile Saturn can, like, a sextile is like mergence of two energies. So like maybe you're building up a plan to bring wealth towards you. And then look at this Venus sextile Neptune. I told y'all, like, Neptune brings like millions. And then we have that Venus trine Pluto. So like this whole time between July 4th through the 7th, I would definitely be creating like an expansive idea that will bring wealth over time. Like, we're never going to see Uranus in Taurus ever again, but you can use these transits where Venus is to monetize. Now, Venus gets a little restrictive later on in the month here, but this can still create an extensive explosion if you know how to work with it, especially that North Node. And then you can heal money wounds at the end of the month too. So say you want to go ahead, like, man, I need more time to figure out how to do this. That's why I would use these transits, especially the Venus sextile Saturn, to plan wealth over time. And then you can go to August, right? And then you can just see, oh, like, how is money, where is the money going to be looking like for the collective for August? And you can see that, okay, at the top of the month, it's a little making some squares. Then Venus doesn't make an aspect to anything else. It might make an aspect to the moon, or the sun, but we don't see that right now. But Venus is making a conjunction to Jupiter. So I would be planning for this day, August 11th through the 12th. I would be planning for this day, and then even that Lilith placement. And then for the 16th and the 17th, I would be planning, you know. because this can make some money, honey. But Venus is going to be in Cancer, so money is going to be created through Cancerian energy. Okay, does that make sense? Because Venus is going to be conjunct Jupiter. Okay, I hope that makes sense, but I probably need to make a money report. Well, I did, honestly. So that's how you can use that, okay? Know where Venus is at. That's really important so you can learn how to make money. And don't just wait on me to tell you how to do stuff. Go in that chart and look it up. Figure out how to work with it. Create your own formula. Even though my mind is still working through that, like, don't wait on me. Get with your ancestors. How can we work with this? Teach yourself astrology. Teach yourself astrology. You want to be a billionaire? Teach yourself astrology. You want to make money? Teach yourself astrology. Teach yourself the transit of making money. It will never fail you. I've been making money every single time when the moon goes over my Venus sign. It might not be a lot, but I'm paying attention and it's working. Okay. Might be another one. Yep. It might seem hard, like, oh, I don't know how to amplify this. But you got to learn how to amplify your Venus. You can use Pluto transits. When Venus transits or makes an aspect to Pluto, you can do that, which will amplify your Venus. Baby, just pay attention. Just pay attention. It's hard. It is hard. It is hard. I'm not even going to hold y'all. It is a little hard to see it for what it is. But you got it. It'll work out eventually. I don't even think it's in here. It's not in here. It's all 2023 energy. Phew. Bless me. It's in this one. Now, the stock market is ruled by new moons and full moons. And I think, what did she say? Give me a second. What did she say? Give me a second. Market, every new moon you sell and every full moon you buy. Every new moon you sell. So you can use this as you even create, like, you even, like, if you have a business, right? You have a business, right? Every new moon you want to promote, depending upon the new moon, you want to promote a sale. You want to sell something around the new moon. So then, or you want to promote like you're selling something around the new moon. Then around the full moon, the people are buying. That's how you do it. So if you do the stock market, you sell around the new moon. That's a 2-week interval. So you're selling in those 2 weeks or the first week. Then that around that second moon, the second week, kind of going towards into that third week, you start to buy. Okay? Sell new moon, buy full moon. In business, you promote around your new moon, you get buyers around your full moon. Now, this is another way to think of this. This is getting to business astrology. Sometimes, babes, you might have to be in a business, may have your own business to make some more money. Just being honest. So then, if you have a business, you'll promote around the new moon. Say I want to promote my new I Create oil, right? I'm promoting, which I don't be doing that much. I'm a better teacher. It's that Venus and Gemini energy. I'm sorry, okay? It's the Venus and Gemini with the square to Mars and Virgo. It's teacher energy. It's definitely teacher energy, okay? Then, that's how I make my money. Then, that's how you make your money. You gotta pay attention, boo. You got to fucking pay attention. Okay, that's how I make my money. Then so I wanted to sell this, right? I promote in the first 2 weeks of that new moon energy. Then I shift the energy a little bit. The full moon. So there's the full moon in Capricorn. Okay? So the moon rules the people. Say it with me now. The moon rules the people. The moon rules the people. So once you understand that the moon rules the people, you're like, there's a full moon in Capricorn. So who is the target audience of the month? Capricorn people. So for me, I know my 7th house is in Capricorn. I know that some clients from my past are going to pop up because they've already have. There was one that wants to book a reading. She texted me like 2-3 days ago saying, hey, everything that you said was right. I definitely need to get another reading. There's no other reader like you, period, poo, because that's what I stand on. Okay, I'm not chasing y'all. I don't chase y'all. Y'all will come back to me. Then my girl Red, she hit me up last night and gave me an extra confirmation and was like, girl, you was right. All my powers came in at the right single time. Boom, 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 boom. That's a review. Now you got to understand how your money looks. Those are 2 reviews, honey. 2 returning clients. Okay, every time there's a full moon in Capricorn, I know that my clients are going to hit me up. I know there's going to be a good number of them. Okay, then I would sell this, I would just say, hey, I've been promoting this, and this has to cater towards the full moon's energy. You can't just sell anything on the fucking market. Ain't nobody want all that shit. You need to say exactly what that full moon. So the full moon is happening at 18 degrees in Capricorn. That's why I did all this work before. So I'm just like, okay, so what would they want around this full moon? The target audience is most likely going to be people that are Capricorn energy, Virgos, stuff like that. They're going to need a fucking break. Okay? Because that's the energy of this full moon. They're going to need a fucking break. Okay? Because that's the energy of this full moon. They're going to written down, and I did this last year too. I did this for 2026 too. The money months. So, like, for July, people are going to want food. I don't know why. I was channeling, they want food. Probably need to hurry the fuck that up. August, they're going to be talking about the animals. They're probably going to want stuff for the animals. Okay? September, you're going to be helping people expand their gifts, their powers, levitation, teleportation. That's why I've been overworking. November, people are going to want crystals. So if you got crystals, pay attention. Pay attention. You can pull oh shit, I messed that up because I had a whole bunch of stuff in here. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. That's how you get into your business astrology, and yeah. So July, you know why it's food? Because Venus and Uranus is having that conjunction. So it was having that conjunction, and it's in Taurus. Taurus rules food. So I see why there is food, and that energy is still happening around this time, because I think it was making an aspect to maybe Saturn as well. I'm not quite fucking sure. But if it's doing that, it's going to prolong the energy. Okay, whatever. I don't know how to explain everything right now in my mind. I'm ready to go outside and smoke. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Because, baby, go make some money. Nobody needs to be broke. Okay? I don't need to be broke. So, that's how you would do that. But we need we need a part 2. We need a part 2 so I can actually hope y'all
integrate. No, I don't have anything that I'm prescribing or anything. I just want to kind of talk and see what's going on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure she appreciates it.
Right. Okay. Well, you be careful.
I saw Willie walk on this car, so I don't know if he got the prescription yet.
Is he able to drive? Is he doing better?
Okay. Whew. I hope that helps y'all, because I know I'll be going fast, but let's make it simpler. Because y'all already know how I am. I can start channeling even deeper. Let's do a quick review. I would also, if you're in a place, get herbs, get flowers, plants, all that good stuff. Put that in front of your house. Have money, riches, wealth plants around your home. So when you want to do like a money spell, you have those herbs readily available to you around your home. Okay. Draw pictures. If you're trying to manifest a house, draw pictures of your home. Especially if you're an artist like me personally, baby, when I tell you that when I drew a man, like I drew like I drew somebody, that person appeared fast like that. Like, draw a house if you're trying to get a house. Draw like, and sometimes if you got children, better start incorporating them babies. Them babies are more delulu than you, honey. Okay? Tell them to say affirmations around your manifestations. Tell them to repeat this, that, and the third. Baby, when I tell you, when spirit hear them little babies' voices, that will give them babies everything the fuck they want. Manifest with your children, okay? I'm not lying either. Better put them babies to work. Have them get into some manifestation stuff. Teach them how to manifest. Tell them to hold a little herb, the best herb that you know that can make that money come. Tell them to hold on it tight. You know them babies like to have them little knickknacks. Okay? And give all that sprinkle energy of that your babies. Put it up all in that magic. Them babies will make sure that make sure that shit come. Okay? Definitely work with your children. Children rule the fifth house. Okay? Your children rule your fifth house. So if your babies rule the fifth house and it's right across your 11th house of your wishes, what you think them babies finna do? The fifth house is the house of creation, where everything starts, where everything is created. Stop playing around with them children. You better make them babies happy. Them babies gonna make your wishes come true. Okay? That's another way you can get that money rolling. So I've been working with ChatGPT. I'm trying to understand. Each Venus sign has an aesthetic, has its own energy and plethora of wealth. When you look at your Venus placement, you see how it works. Now, my Venus is squared, honey, to both malefic planets. It fucking sucks. Okay? It fucking sucks sometimes. It sucks. Okay? Squared Mars and Saturn. Like, who told me that I can have that? Who told me that shit? So my shit kind of get a little restricted. But when you understand how they work, when you understand how to heal that, things will start to come in. Baby, don't. Will start to come in. Baby, don't. Manifested people that have given me a lot of things and they were free. Like free. Okay? You gotta give your Venus what she wants. You give your Venus what she wants, she gives you the money. She gives you the money. Now, sometimes it might not just be physical money. It might just be people giving you free shit. Gotta understand how your Venus works. Gotta understand where the money resides. Now, for me, I gotta really tap into the foreign market because, baby, my Venus is sitting in the 12th house of foreigners, like all over the world. And every time that I go into my website, I see people from all over the world looking at my website. So I have to capitalize off of that, which means it is irritating. I might have to just switch up how I sleep because they be online when I'm sleeping. So I have to shift the way that I do things so I can capitalize off of the people that are across the world. Now, not only that, my Venus is squaring Saturn in the 9th house of travel. So technically, my money is not connected to the US, okay? It's connected to the foreigners. So if your Venus sits in the 12th house or the 9th house, get some foreign money. Get some foreign money. Talk to your foreign ancestors. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta talk to I had to talk to my foreign ancestors. Say your Venus is in the 5th house. Boom boom. Your money ain't coming in if you're not having fun. I'm sorry. You have to have fun. Your money is going to be tied to children. Your money is going to be tied to romance. Your money is going to be tied to all the fun shit of life. If you are not having fun, your money is not coming in. Say your Venus is in the 7th house. Baby, you might need to be in a partnership. seventh house is business as well. So you need to possibly have business, or you need to be making business contracts. Say your Venus is in the eighth house. Lucky the fuck you. Your money is probably going to come through debts, collecting of debts, inheritances, other people giving you money like nobody's business. Say your Venus is in the ninth house, traveling, you got to travel, boo. Foreigners, you got to travel. You might need to be working with some holy water. Okay, the ninth house is religion, philosophies, stuff like that. Venus in the 11th house, good the fuck for you too. um, my Venus is in the 11th house in Vedic. Uh, Venus would be 11th house would be friends, working with friends, having good friends around you, networks, community. You make money online. Hello, humanitarian work. Venus in the first house, baby, you gotta be looking good, honey, to make that money. Self-development work. Yeah. Know where your Venus is at. Know where the money is. Each house rules a consecutive group of people as well. So when you understand what people you're going to be running into with that, where the money sits, that's when you'll start to enhance the frequency of your Venus, enhance the frequency of your Venus. So for me, it's in Gemini. I have to stay playful, lighthearted, fun, keeping it light. Can't work so heavy even though it's squared my fucking Saturn. So there is certain times where I have to work with a little bit heavier energies, but when I dance, when I sing, when I make things light, the money comes out of nowhere. It's the 12th, it sits in the 12th house. The money just comes out the fuck out of nowhere. I'm like, how? How? Gotta know your Venus. If your Venus sits next to another planet, working with that planet as well will enhance your Venus placement just as much. So mine is Lilith in Mercury. So more seduction, working with the shadow sides, the dark side of certain things sometimes, but still keeping it light, like being airy about it. Gemini is comedy, and then writing. Writing helps. I don't know. I don't. Writing helps. Loves. It helps. Maybe you need to draw yourself with some money. Okay. Knowing the frequency of your Venus, knowing the frequency. Now, um, this is on the Naomi Healing Circle, so you're just gonna have to click under affluence frequency, but it's under there. Um, Knowing where Jupiter is at. So Jupiter is in Cancer, so mainly the wealth, and of course certain aspects that Jupiter makes, but the wealth is going to be home life. Where the wealth at going to be for the next year and a half? Home, home, home stuff. Where's the wealth going to be at? Where was the wealth at last year? Well, there was a lot of social media stuff. A lot of people trying to make money on social media. Gemini rules social media. So in the last year and a half, a lot of people was able to make money through social media, communication, podcasting, certain stuff like that. Now, comparing that to Venus and her transits, that's where I kind of getting a little stuck at a little bit, because I'm like, how do I pull that in? So like you kind of have to make like an equation almost. So like Venus plus, say, I mean Jupiter plus in Cancer plus Venus and Gemini, because Venus is going to be in Gemini. Jupiter in Cancer plus Venus in Gemini plus the moon cycles of that month would be So Jupiter in Cancer plus Venus in Gemini, which is coming soon, plus full moon in Capricorn. Creating that equation and seeing where the money is going to reside within that month and how to capitalize off of that if you're in business. Y'all, it's hard. I'm trying to understand it myself. I also understand it like this. Say the moon, like right now, the moon is in Scorpio, okay? People are looking to buy. The moon is the people, the moon is the customers. Customers are looking to buy transformational things at this time that correlate to their Capricorn house. I hope that makes sense. So Venus right now is in Taurus, so it's interesting because I've been buying a lot of herbs, food stuff. So people could be buying a lot of food or herbs, but they could be buying things for um their home because we had a new moon in Cancer, home. This full moon is about work-life balance. So maybe things of the home. I hope that makes sense. Capricorn is an earth sign, so they're probably finding 18 degrees is Virgo, so maybe like a teacher that can teach them about money or how to balance out their life. Does that make sense? It's easier when you make it into an equation. Yeah, my phone's gonna die. It's on 3%. And the reason why I can't really teach you how to make money is because I mean, the reason why I can't teach you how to make money without the business aspect of it is because one, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm an entrepreneur myself. Um, I don't work a 9 to 5. Um, I just don't work a 9 to 5. Um, and most of you, I can already feel, are not trying to work. And half of the time, when y'all say, I need more money, it's like, okay, do you want to start a business? Now, there's other ways to make money without a business, but half of y'all are broke, still not making the amount that you want to make with not working a job. Like you have ideas that you want to turn into a business. So it's like eventually I'm just going to be like, well, then we just need to help you start making a business, because I don't know what to say about a job. We can help you manifest a job, but half of y'all don't want to work a job. And I don't want to charge you to help you just get a job, honey. A job is not going to help you with generational wealth unless that job is setting you up for generational wealth. And most jobs don't do that. And there's only certain fields of jobs, certain, that help you build generational wealth. And half of y'all want to be the doctor without going, the doctor or the lawyer without going to law school or going to get your PhD. So we're working with energies, and then we also have to be 10 times more creative when it comes to you just manifesting money on your own, whether that be through you manifesting through grant money without government assistance, unless you want to get a sugar daddy, but half of y'all are not asking me for that. So it's like, well, let's just use your Venus sign to figure out where the money resides. And then we can always move on from there. And then, like, we need to know, because Venus is also naturally ruled by the seventh house. So these are the people, like, I don't think people really understand that money the is the tool that is used in commerce. But the tool that is also supposed to be used in commerce is your skill sets, your hands, what comes from your hands. This is that Mercury element energy, third house, sixth house. So like I'm working with my hands. I'm working with something to create some type of form of exchange to put inside my home. Fourth house, Cancer. So when we talk about the third house, it's commerce, but we have to understand where that what commerce is. It's like commerce is really also this place that you put on the market. The third house is also learning how to do sales and marketing. Okay, so it's like, if we want to break this down and understand, well, how is money really operating, or how do we utilize money in this system? Well, every day we know that we get money by some type of other form of exchange. So, like, we see the second house, eighth house. So, where does money come from? Right? Well, it comes from the eighth house because that money is from another source. And that money is either sitting in a bank handled by representatives of your bank account that monitor the money that comes with inside that banking system. This is where you got to learn economics. Or that money is being circulated through the hands of resources and people. People are handling the money. Where is that money going to? People. Fourth house, people. Why do I say that? Because the moon rules the people. So when we look at house rulerships, we look at the Mars sign. What action do I need to take? Venus, second house Taurus, that will help me
have money in my hands, Mercury, to exchange and put it food, thing, homestead for the self. That goes back to Aries. So that's the first, the four, like the individuals. Like, how does that get exchanged? So money comes from other people. Eighth house. The eighth house is ruled of other people's money. Your second house is your possessions. So where are we getting these things? Well, we have to go to other people, because everything that we see is created by a source or a hand of other people. So that's why I said resources or people, because the people are making the resources. The person had to have a skill. Third house, Gemini energy, stuff like that. That's why I kind of say, like, for children, because I want to have a school for children, they should already be linking up at the very young age. Of course, they need to explore, but I say about middle school, before high school, they need to start be engaging in actual resources, courses and classes and workshops, programs that actually cater towards what they want to do when they get older. Every single child has told you from the gate what they wanted to be when they were younger. When they want to get old, this is what they say. For one time, my sister said that she wanted to be a police officer. Now, of course, those things shift and change by the experiences that they have with their family. Third house, early child education, early childhood. That's where the mind is getting fully developed. So once we start to actually shift into understanding the psychology, because money is psychology. Where's other people's money coming from? It's the psychology, the psyche, the I, the imagination portal. Scorpio teaches Pisces about imagination. Hello. Okay. This is where we have this overflow of consciousness and memory bank. This is why Pisces can manifest anything that they want like that. You just have to know how to work with it. Okay. So this is what I will say. Um, if you have a second house, Leo, as a Cancer rising, your money from other people are going to come from Aquarius. So Aquarius energy, innovation, like you're innovating something. So the most money that you're going to make, really honestly, is you innovate something. So if I wanted to bring that 11th house Taurus, you got to understand your accesses of money. Got to understand your accesses of money. It's really hard to explain, but these are going to be the houses of the fixed signs. So we're going to be doing second, fifth, 8th, and 11th. Understanding how your money flows, how your money actually goes into everything. If we break down your second house is the remarkable stature of your value. How do you value yourself? Okay? It's so important to understand the dynamic of the rulership, okay, of your second house. So say it's in Taurus. Taurus likes, you value the self, first house energy. You value yourself through the optimal lens of Taurus, where you value stability, you value things that are strong, you valuable things that are able to withstand a certain level of time, because you teach You are the stabilizer to stabilize everything to get to a level of sustainability. That's Taurus energy. Because you teach the Capricorn, or you rather teach the Virgo, the practical system that Virgo gives to Capricorn to give itself a routine of long lasting stability. If you want to know how to sustain anything, you need to work with your second, sixth, and 10th house. Okay? Doesn't matter where, if it's in a different um if it's in a different sign rather than Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is the way that you make everything sustainable, long lasting. This is how you make things go further. And so the sixth house is going to give you that system to make it enhanced, to give it that timeless effect. You have to start learning this now, because someone the other day finally has been finally started to speak and say, because you got to find these people that are saying it. These are people with wealth codes running from streams of consciousness. So listen, 1:55 on this clock. 3 people on this live, 5 battery power. Just give it some power. You want to understand the law of stability. That's what this person was talking about. Finding, understanding the law of stability. Sustainability. You want to look at your second house. You want to understand your value. How much are you worth? Your Venus sign is your price. So you're comparing and contrasting. Okay? This is why you have to know yourself. Look at Master coming in. That's how you power that up. Look at how you, because this is all about mastery. This is all about mastering thyself. So when you come with the second house, you understand, okay, there's a lot of value here. A lot of it. And then that value is compared to your Venus, or your seventh house, rather. Why do I say that? This is why I said Mars is going to teach you how much you love yourself, because your first house is the reflection of the value. You have to place and understand in that placeholder of who am I, first house. You look at your rising, your ascendant sign. You understand with the ASC. You understand this house. Then you look at the seventh house, because Venus naturally rules your seventh house. Okay? So before we do your own houses, you have to understand the basics. Before you understand your basic self, before you understand yourself, you got to understand the basics of how this works. It's a lot of strength. So seventh house is really the people, the relationships that come into your life. It's your mirror. Okay. And then we also understand that Saturn, listen to this. You also understand that Saturn is the natural exalter of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. So how to bring a long-lasting relationship, Saturn that naturally rules the second house. So if you have all the steps, you'll understand. Just follow along, even if it doesn't make sense. Okay, I have my seventh house here. These are the things that are coming into my life. By the value system that I compare myself as through the seventh house of my mirrors. What is the equation? What is the seed and the root that you have to place inside your garden before you get to the third, seventh house energy, which is the thoughts, the processings of your inspired action. So, what your spirit says for you to do, which fourth house energy capsulizes, finites the emotion that creates everything. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Just listen. Listen, listen, listen. When you have finally understand seventh house, second house correlation with the third house, you now have mastered thyself. What is your value? That's the core of the attraction that you attract. What are you attracting? Based off of how you value thyself, which is the first. So if we worked with the second and the first, just first, the second and the first, you look back at who you are, your first house, which is the natural. So we are start to incorporate this of inside of ooh, this is gonna get deep. Inside of your Mars placement. We start to specialize it, we start to make it unique to you. So your value is really not coming from just Venus. It's coming from Mars because you have to understand your identity core, which expresses its aesthetic through Venus. I don't know, I'm channeling. Your Mars is your energy. It's your true core. That's why I said Mars and Moon can come together as your behavior, your psychological or emotional behaviors, the actions that you take off of the thought processes and emotions that you combine to make more fifth house of creation opposite of the 11th house of big pots of gains. This is where you start getting back into the alchemist oasis. We cooking. I'm cooking here. I'm cooking. This will be on YouTube. I'm cooking. I say, aha, Mars. How you operate in your Mars is the actions and the embodiment of who you are. But it ain't just Mars. Mars is starting it. It's the initiation of your spirit. Why? Because fire rules over spirit. Then we understand our identity. If you don't know your identity, I'm not going to say sun right now, but I am. You're going to express it through your Mars. Mars, the energy that is also piercing the auric field of your aura. Is showcasing the base of your aura. It's the starting point. This is where your passions and your ambitions and your motivations lie. This is the will that you have to keep going. It's your Mars. It's not just your sun. Your sun is the whole embodiment. I would even state this as your crown or your glory or the kingdom of God. But Mars is really the top. If you look at the 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 body chart for the zodiacs, Mars, Aries rules the head. So it starts here. So this is your crown. This is also the initiating force of the spirit. This is the connector sister. Hello, wake up. Okay, y'all wake up. Because Mars has this circle, right? Say like the damn near represents the entrance of the womb or the coming out of the womb. It has this piercing point, this point of action. It's almost like Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the bow and arrow. It is this arrow that has a line across it. So it is the final destination of the spirit. This is why the ninth house is the house of God. So Mars is this piercing action and effect that starts the bases of your aura. This is why I say Aries and Aquarius are kind of like each other. Okay, this is your energy. This is your energy force. This is also your vitality. This is where your sun gets more. Okay. Now, yes, Mars rules man, but this is like I'm piercing the veil of creation. Then we have Venus. Okay. When Venus gets here, Venus is now expressing the aesthetic, the glamour, the, it's kind of like, I'm feeling like wearing this today because Venus is expressing Mars's energy that creates the identity. Okay. Your Venus is dressing up Mars. Mars is naked. Yeah. Does it sound a little bit like a story that we know? Go to Genesis. So it's like the Adam and Eve energy. So it's dressing up Mars. hmm It's putting a dress on the spirit. It's putting on a costume. Gemini teaches the Libra how to be the trickster. Uh-oh, y'all didn't want to hear that one. Y'all didn't want to hear that one, but that's where we get too deep. That's where we get too deep. That's where we get too deep. Then we see that Venus is about the value. It doesn't matter what you put on. This is why Taurus is more organic and Venus and the other side of Venus is more of the glamour, which is Libra. So you have to be very careful with that. So Taurus is this organic. So when you stay organic, you give to the source of the energy supply more, but it still takes time because you have to there's that eighth house energy of transformation in Pluto. So there's the dark side of that actually pulsates the organic nature of the self. There's a death and rebirth process. Okay? You have to go through that. When Venus is fruits, right? That's why I said give money. If you want to get money, give fruits, give fruit offerings. There's Venus literally rules fruits, right? Food, of course, food, but like fruits, yeah. Maybe something. Grapes, especially. Go get some grapes. Girl, give them as offerings. Put 8 grapes in the ground for your ancestors. Put amount of money that you want to wish and watch that comes in about 2 to 4 weeks from now. This is interesting. I'm just gonna go like this person. So, um, interesting. So, you understand this. So, Venus is also cherishing. Venus is also cherishing this wealth. Okay. Venus is also cherishing um the value of Mars and the identity that it gives, this fire, this spirit. When it enters this realm of Taurus, Taurus is building on the identity. So there's this talk about when also when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, because Venus is what Mars is looking for. It's looking for this multiplication of something. Venus is fruit, right? It multiplies. This is why I really don't understand the certain placements or and detriment or fall, because like Venus and Virgo, like, but Venus is multiplying. It gives the resources. It gives that offering of energy of the spirit that's coming through Mars. Okay. So when this happens and we start really paying attention to the transit. So say you wanted to look up what does Neptune conjunct Mars mean? You look at the history of it and you'll see everything that what that placement can bring. So we start to understand now how we can pull in wealth, because we start to understand Venus, and Venus is also nurturing that garden. It's nurturing that fruit. It's nurturing that place of wealth. So Mars would be the seed, or Venus would be the seed, or Mars is is like the sperm. It's the spirit that gives to Venus, and then Venus is where it plants the seed into Mercury, the mind, the ideas, the thoughts. Um, Venus is also creativity. It's creating something in the second house. This is where you create generational lines. So if you're trying to get money from other people, you're trying to get money, maybe you got to work with the Venus, baby. Because I'm sorry, Mars is work, but Mars gives Venus the work to multiply. This is also why when a man finds a good wife, he finds a good thing. When a man treats his inner Venus, his inner feminine, his inner self better, he's able to actually have more wealth, more abundance, more prosperity, more riches, more treasures come to him, because Venus rules treasure. Mars becomes like Jupiter. It opens it fully up. Now, Venus is exalted in Pisces. Okay. Now, we can do the exaltations here because I feel like it works for fully. That's just how my mind is seeing things. But Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So if we looked at Capricorn and we looked at Pisces, and we understand that Venus is exalted in Pisces, Saturn is exalted in Libra, which is Venus. So we're coming into this more of this Venus aspect here. What is it telling us, right? And Venus loves to be in Pisces, because Neptune is the highest occultation of Venus. Mars is the ruler of Aries. Aries is the cardinal sign. Saturn is ruling over Capricorn. Saturn is things being built over time. So when we play into all of this, we see Venus, we see time. We see how money is on, it's on a frequency of time and more. But money comes from the spirit realm. And each body has a spirit. Let's get deeper. Hear me. Eighth house is other people's money. You want to get money? You got to look at the eighth house. What's the eighth house doing? What the eighth house doing? What the eighth house doing? Eighth house is naturally ruled by Scorpio. So Pluto, Mars energy. When you understand the source of money, where it comes from, because Pluto is all about death and rebirth. It's about psychology. It's the god of wealth. Scorpio rules our ancestors. It also rules oh, my phone finna die. Sorry, y'all. I gotta put it back on. There we go. It rules our ancestors. And if it's other people's money, right? Water sign, but it's naturally ruled by Mars. So it's giving us this different essence of saying, okay, if you know yourself, know thyself, you have a core of thyself, there is a monthly cycle, because the moon goes into each of your houses throughout 20, yeah, it's a 28-day cycle. Yeah. Wait, hold on. 24 days. About 24 to 28 days. Yeah. And it's sign. It stays in the sign for 2 days. There's 12 signs, 24. But it does it about 2.5 days. So, yeah. So what does that mean? It's coming into your eighth house. It's other people's money. The moon is the body, right? The spirit, Mars, fire energy. The first house, it rules the first house, which is your body. And naturally can rule Scorpio, the spirit of other people. So money is not only through time, because Saturn is exalted in Libra. Venus can make a lot of money. Libras can make a lot of money. It's also ruled by that. Its higher octave is glamour. So when you glamorize something, So what is it doing? What is the glamour doing? What is it sending off in the brain? You can see it like that. So Neptune Pluto energies. So what is it doing in the brain? It's sending an alert. It's sending a happy hormone the to the mind, to the neurons in your mind. So it's activating the happiness codes. So money is on, it sits with the codes of happiness. Okay? That's one. Okay? It also goes through a time cycle, right? So this time cycle means that because Saturn is exalted in Libra, there's timelessness. It sits on a cycle of coming in through like a death and rebirth cycle because Pluto can be volatile. So it can go up and down because the eighth house is naturally ruled by Scorpio's Pluto energy too. So it's based by your identity, time, life and rebirth cycle, and a potentness of glamour and happiness. Okay, all these flies are coming in here. I don't like that. So it's sitting like that. It activates it like that. It activates in its frequency of abundance, of no worry. So how you view yourself, your identity comes in hand first and most part to get other people's money. So when you talk about your product, when you talk about certain things, there's confidence. There's confidence level to that. Now, the third house is also commerce, so anxiety can block money. Anxiety is on the frequencies of thievery, is on the frequencies of lack, is on the frequencies of um, something, afraid of something in the future not happening. The lower side of these octaves with Mars, lack of identity. Lower side of Saturn, lack of discipline. Um, Lower side of Venus, um, uh, Mars can, or Pluto can be obsession, and then Venus, um, superficiality. Okay, because if you're superficial, you're buying certain things just to, like, a people pleasing energy, just to people please something. So that you're attaching that to, I'm not fully worthy enough. I'm not fully worthy of abundance. I'm not fully worthy of being seen as confident, because if we start to pull in the fifth house, where the magic really lies too, when you're creating something. So second house is that full on create, that building process that plants the seed in the third house. The third house is now getting those ideas that are generating and communicating those ideas on the market, which is the 11th house energy, that places these things on the market so that these things can move throughout and in participation of that commerce, of trade, of exchange. So you're balancing out the understanding, Venus energy, Libra, of the value system of who you are. So when you understand your value, okay, I know myself. When you know thyself, that is the root of your value. Now, how you take care of yourself is going to be the participation of how other people come into your life, because again, the moon rules the people. The moon is also about your identity core just as much as the sun and Mars. So you want to strengthen your moon. The moon is not necessary. It is about self-love, but Venus will be more about self-love. When you really take care of your Venus, that's more self-love, because Venus is love. The moon is about your emotions. So once you understand your Venus, right? Okay, you understand your Venus more. You understand how she loves, what she values. The moon awakens the mystos, the mystic layer of Venus, because it's already in that layer of where Neptune is. The moon and Neptune are just alike, if not the same. The moon is the subconscious. Okay, you're in that mystos energy when it comes to the moon and Neptune. Those are when you activate even higher, in higher realms. Things come in actually quicker because the moon moves fast. It doesn't stop for nobody. The moon is the people. So you understand, when you get that quick chance of fate, that stroke of luck, that's Venus and Neptune working hand in hand in its higher octave. When you're working with the moon, right? Those are the people. Eighth house also energy. Pay attention. Eighth house can be old money too. Be aware of that. Okay? Because it's family heirlooms. It could be old money sitting there. Understand that. Money likes to progress and reform. Okay? It likes to progress and reform. It likes to change over time. Money is always coming in and out. That's the moon. The moon rules the stock market, right? Stock market is 11th, fifth house, eighth house energy. It goes through a death and rebirth cycle. It changes. It gets cleansed. So your eighth house, all them people that you attracted from your seventh house, your reflection, moon sign energy too. You reflect the identity of your core. It's how you attract people, y'all. Money is a spirit, because money is being handled by people that have spirits. So the people that you keep attracting, moon energy, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about yourself is also money. Value, Venus. How you feel about yourself, how it comes in, what you keep attracting. Boom, 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 boom. That's how your money flows in. So if you keep attracting inconsistent people, your money is inconsistent. If you look and pay attention to the people, the quickest way to fix the umbrella of your resource to money. Mm-hmm. Work with your Venus and your Moon umbrella. Work with your Venus and your Moon, not your Mars. Mars is going to take action not on how you feel, but on the root of how you just how your spirit is. To increase the vitality of that, the reflections. This is a lot. Will come from your Saturn, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Mars is the ruler of your identity. I'm trying to slow it down so I can get this through to y'all. Honey, it's hard. Look at your Venus and your Moon. Once you start to break through the codes of your Venus and your Mars, but I'm gonna see it like this too, if I can see it like this, and if it works like that. No, work on your Venus and your Moon. It will stop distorting what your Mars placement wants to do, because Mars is about doing, it's about action. But your Venus and your Moon will reconnect to the understanding of your energy source. These are the energies that standing of your energy keep. Self-love is the up well, oh my gosh, self-care is the upkeep of self-love. Self-love. Where does the self come from, and then where does love come from for the self? We just explained that. So if you want to understand how to activate wealth, so there's certain women, and the girlies ain't saying this. There's a certain retainer that Venus and Virgo. This is probably why they don't like Venus and Virgo. I'm going to give the key, y'all. The reason why there's a retainer on certain things when it comes to the girlies making money is that you need to be on the retainer that creates long lasting wealth. Not the retainer of, oh, I'm just a good girl so I can make money. That's not true. That's the breakage of your Venus sign, the superficiality. Oh, I'm just pretty so I'll make money all the time. There's a retainer. There's a cap. Hello, Capricorn. There's a restriction to that because Capricorn is about your lessons. There's a cap to all of that. So don't superficialize your Venus sign because there will eventually be a cap. When you get older, Saturn energy, exalted in Libra, Venus, there's that's where you see the building of your wealth. That's why Venus probably don't like Virgo, because Venus just wants to spend money. She just wants to be that girl, but she don't understand that there's other energies in this world that she has to learn how to merge with. And this is where we kind of get a little quarrels and squalls, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. Between our relationships, because Venus is love and relationships, and we forget the Virgo energy is this also the system to the sustainability, what you do every day to get fulfillment. We talked about the sixth house before, how to gain fulfillment, which is really the sixth house, on how to really get that activation going with the 11th house. I don't care what anybody say about these inconjunctions, they're activations. Everything that you don't like about yourself, everything that you feel like that doesn't work, it's going to make you either transform or fix it. Gotta learn how to work with challenging energies. If you don't, I work with challenges to make life easier. You got to learn how to make those different challenges that you have, make some money out of them. You know how much more, because didn't I say, I mean, Saturn is exalted in Libra. There are times within the economy that there's restrictions on one part of the world, and there's billionaires that are still making money when there's a depression. How do they do that? Because they plan. Saturn is discipline. There's a plan, there's Virgo energy, a plan, there's a system in place that is able to keep money afloat in people's pockets because they prepared. They had a system that was flowing, sixth house energy, that still creates fulfillment. I know for me, um, let's just put it in general. Cancer is the Anami Mundi, it's the soul of the universe. The sixth house sits in Sagittarius. You want to know how the universe is working? It means that you need to be inquired and equipped with knowledge to create resources of sustainability. Sagittarius is about the explorer, exploring different options, exploring different living. Sixth house is like your lifestyle. It can be Jupiter as well. Your sixth house is your lifestyle, your day-to-day living. How do you live? The sixth house is going to be that upkeep. It's going to be that upkeep of really that self-love that you acquire. It comes before the seventh house of relationships. That's that upkeep. You got to keep working that sixth house. You cannot fall flat. This is why at the end of a relationship, you will see how much self-love you held on to. You'll see how much of your identity stayed intact, what came back, what was lost, what needed to be let go of. Because if you still upkept your self-love through that relationship, you won't feel depleted when you're walking out of it. Because you know who you are. I'm a Mars and Virgo. I know I'm a healer. I know what I'm here to do. Mars is going to teach you what your purpose is. It's going to teach you what you need to do every day. This is hard and complex, and this is why astrology is like, I can't do it because it's hard. Some things are hard. This is why people don't accomplish it, because things get hard. But there's steps and ways to get what you want. Someone said, if you build on your Saturn for 7 months, I don't know why she said 7 months. It's very interesting. If you work with your Saturn for 7 months, it rewards you. Saturn transits a sign for about 2 to 3 years, while the moon transits every 2 days. It's a very complex way to, like, which planet do I need to work with? Really, all of them. But you need to understand what they do. So Mars is about action. Every day, what do you need to be doing with that Mars sign? Because Mars is exalted in Capricorn to reach the fulfillment of your achievements. Capricorn is the 10th house, your achievements. This is what you need to be doing every day to achieve of what your Capricorn house needs to be doing. You can look at it like that, or your Saturn house. It's a lot. So for me, my Mars is in Virgo. Let's start there. So sixth house, yeah. Sixth house is what you need to be doing every day. But your Mars is going to tell you how to take action. Pull in that Mars when you're working with trying to get some things done. When you're trying to build some legacy. When you're trying to build and get, there's a project that needs to be done, you want to go find your Mars. Got a Mars in Pisces, you might want to daydream about it being in your hands. After you see it's in your hands, you go take action. For me, I need to write a list. Every time I write a list, even though I feel like it don't get done, it get done. I look back and it got done. I'm like, what? I just take action. I know what I need to do and then take action, and I take it little by little. That's Virgo. Little pieces, little things. I go boom, 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 and it gets done and it builds over time, honey. Baby, I will kid you not. You work with your Mars, you will see how to take the step or the action, sixth house energy, on what you need to do. Yes, you can take the ruler of your sixth house too, but that's kind of like the mindset, like the mind, what the mind needs to focus on, because the sixth house is your mental health. It's also naturally ruled by Mercury. The mind needs to focus on this. So mine's in Sagittarius. I need to focus on um law, their strategy, because Andreas is sitting there, so I need to be focused on strategy. When I focus on strategy, and I need to focus more on it because maybe I still got a Mars and Chiron conjunction, so it kind of works against me a little bit. But we're working on it. You get it done. Say you have like there's a lot of different combos. It's a 50 million different combos. Don't be asking me. I don't know. Get a reading. Get a reading. Gotta work on understanding how your sixth house really works to bring that fulfillment. It's a system every day. So for me, I need to be learning of the higher things in life. And it sits at a retrograde. My Jupiter in Sagittarius sits at a retrograde. So for me, I'm a little scattered because my Mars has a conjunction to Chiron. So it's a little, and then a square to Mercury and Gemini, which is hard. So there's this thing, and it's crazy that that little thing fell out today because I was breaking this down. I have this little It hurts sometimes. But when I started to understand, okay, every day my mind sixth house needs to be focused on learning knowledge. Since it sits in a retrograde, that knowledge returns back to me. I do things backwards because because once I do things backwards, everything is already set up. Your sixth house is how you set things up. It keeps building. Okay, it's the back end. Sixth house energy is the back end. The 12th house is explaining the sixth house energy, the things that people don't want to do. The 12th house is where everything else gets dumped. The 12th house is the hidden things, is the behind the scenes. So this is where, or the sixth house is where you do work. I'm not answering any for yes or no questions. If you want to get a full reading, it's just 10. That's how things work. So sixth house is, if you want things to work, for anything, you need, for me personally, I need to be knowledgeable. I need to have a philosophy. I need to have an open mindset. All the qualities of the sign that sits on the sixth house, that's how anything is going to work. You want your money to work, you want your money to flow, work on your sixth house. If you want your relationship to work on your sixth house. If you want family life to work out, work on your sixth house. I have to have an open mindset. I got to travel too. I got to give myself breaks. Okay. I have to be wild. I have to explore. I have to review. I have to strategize because, yeah, I have to allow things to just come to me because I have a vertex point there. Things to be faded. Also, your sixth house is pending karma. So, whatever you do in this sixth house is going to reflect what happens in your 10th house season or your Saturn season. Whatever you do in your sixth house, the type of action that you take, Mars too. So if we pull in Mars, this is like the sixth house is the thing that your placements are always going to correlate. They're never not going to correlate. Now, Sagittarius is the guru. My Mars sits in Virgo, which is a teacher. It goes hand in hand. So for Nicole, your Mars is in Pisces. Your sixth house is in Gemini. It correlates. You want things to be flexible. Okay, that's mutable energy. This mutable energy. Okay, your Mars is in Pisces. It's mutable, but it also sits in the 3rd house. It wants to be a writer. It needs to write. But there's a blockage there because you got Saturn in Pisces. You feel like you can't write. So that's what you have to work on. It's a double fucking whammy. Work on it. I don't know what to say to you. You gotta write, boo. You gotta communicate. You want to communicate. It needs to communicate. Every day, what you need to be doing, 6th house, what your mind needs to be focused on is what you need to be doing, 6th house. What your mind needs to be focused on is comedy, lightheartedness. You feel blocked from doing that because you got Saturn there staying with Mars. So the actions that you need to take with Pisces is either making things light, staying in a little bit in a dream world, creating your dreams because Saturn is sitting there saying you need to create your dreams. Stop tearing down your dreams. Pisces can be an actor too. Okay. Mars sitting here in the third house. This can create great actors. What does your Venus like to do, boo? Oh, when you pull your Venus up in that bitch, Venus is sitting in the fifth house of actors, creators, people that are in front of people. Venus loves to be in the fifth house, by the way. And Venus loves to be at home in Taurus. So it's like right now, what it is that you're in an uncomfortable zone because it's saying that you're supposed to be actually taking some action somewhere. You're supposed to be actually creating, making your dreams come true. But sometimes you debilitate yourself. That's why Saturn is sitting there, because you can't be in a dream world all the time. Use your planets. Your planets are here to help you. You're never not guided. You're never don't have a source of help. This is that Jesus, the Jesus dying on the cross story. There's always a sacrifice. There's always a sacrifice in the house, but there's always something that's here to guide you back. So don't get it twisted. You can make money. You can actually heal your life with astrology. You just gotta know how to do it. You gotta know what you're working with. You gotta see how the planets are interacting. So for me, again, my mind needs to be focused on studying, higher education, reviewing certain things, philosophy, books, traveling, getting into, and then it makes an opposition to my Mercury. So I need to be foreign things, learning things about foreign. It will start to open up. I'll be well versed. Have to be very well versed in my knowledge, in my studies. Once you start opening up these gateways, I promise you, your actions and your alignmentship, you'll start to realign. I do have realignment basalts. Those are the first basalts I ever made when it came to my business, and baby, it worked. So the reason why I got into this business is because I needed certain tools to help me on my mission. Mars is going to tell you everything that you need to do here on Earth. This is the actions you need to take. This is your passions. My passion was always teaching, being in the details, organization. I like things organized. What do I need to do to have a fulfilling, not acknowledging experience or knowledgeable experience? Sixth house Sagittarius. I need to be organized. I'm always reorganizing. I love to reorganize. I don't care. I like to organize. The better that I organize, the better that I stay clean, hygienic, the better that I work on my diet, the more that my sixth house cup will get filled up with more better, fulfilling experiences that can be unexplainable. So, what do I want to do next? I feel like I'm almost done, but I feel like I'm almost done with that speaking point. I'm kind of like hot right now. I forgot there's juice in the house. I forgot that she bought something. I think I want to go. I really want some cherry tomatoes. I think that's why I want to go to the store, get some cherry tomatoes. Definitely need to take a bath. Yeah, I need some pico de gallo. I'll see what's in this house first before I go get anything. I need some tomatoes. Yeah, I'm gonna get some tomatoes and like some arugula. So thank y'all for coming to my TikTok. That was the Alchemist of Wasted. Coming to my TikTok. That was the Alchemist of Wasted.
We might go into a part 2. Just let me switch gears here because my mind is shifting. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, my mind is shifting. I'm thinking, does anybody need... I'm thinking, does anybody need... I want to purchase a reading. I need to put all of this in a book, but I'm a better channeler when I speak, when I'm in communication. Understanding the differences between Gemini and Virgo. I'm not saying Gemini is not the writer, but I feel like Virgo is more the writer that can articulate the thought processes of the Gemini. I think Gemini is more orator, whatever that word is. Virgo is like, because it's more detailed, there's a lot of details in writing, like periods, commas, dictation, all that other stuff, and then you just pull in all the other extra shit. And then if you want to pull in like Sagittarius is definitely a writer, but it's like them higher book forms. So y'all, it's a lot. Why I get on this flow? I need to get up. So that's how I would explain everything to y'all. I do. So, Venus wants to hit on one more subject. I want to hit one more subject. So Venus likes to Neptune is Neptune is the highest form of Venus. So we can, Neptune can be our money too. Neptune can be our money too. It don't really fail. I always get someone contacting me around the moon in Capricorn about a reading. But see, Venus is more physical than Neptune. Neptune is more a chance and a choice energy. Like it definitely gives like Seven of Cups energy. It's saying like you definitely gotta make a choice with Neptune. You gotta step into Neptune. Neptune is very illusionary. It's like it almost slips through your grasp, through your grip. So pay attention when the moon goes over your Neptune placement or gets into the house of the placement where your Neptune is. Now, we all have Neptune in Capricorn. Now, 7th house can also rule your clients. Okay? I wouldn't say customers. These are more your clients. Customers and clients are two different energies. Also, Venus is your price. Venus, what do you want to talk to us about? Purity. Okay, so this is probably like that Venus in Virgo. It is. Beetle is here. Back of the deck, balance and harmony. Okay. I'm hearing when you keep your money pure, money appears. When you keep your money pure, money appears. I'm hearing this is the next evolution. Like, because your currency is energy is the new currency. Crystals are going to be currency as well. Gold, there's going to be a gold rush soon. So there's something about strength here. There will be a Jupiter and Leo transit next year. So that would be your wealth is going to be connected to your strength and your confidence. Keeping a pure eye, keeping a pure mind. Yeah. I think in esoteric astrology, Mercury is the esoteric ruler of Venus. So it's your mind, the higher mind. Your mind will bring success and security. Jupiter is bringing a lot of exploration. So study Jupiter too. Because Jupiter brings opportunities of wealth. I feel like Venus brings the actual cash of wealth. Got to understand opportunities versus wealth. Also, be careful about the opportunities that you want to take, because those opportunities will come. When Jupiter sits in your first house, if you're a Cancer rising, opportunities are bound to come. Bound to come. So be very careful about what opportunities, because there were some opportunities that definitely came, but I'm not sure if that's what I really wanted. Some opportunities definitely came. But be careful of what you are wishing for, because the energy will be there. That's all that I got for now. That's all that I got for now. That's all I got for now. There's definitely some opportunities that came. Some real ones. Okay. I hope that helps. I'm going to get off now. I'm going to go channel some more and relax. I'll see y'all soon. This will be on YouTube.